Hey buddy, have an exciting news for you. Shop for rupees 5,000 at Amazon and get up to 50% off. That is, you have to pay only 2,500. I'm planning to buy a mobile this festive season.
Hello, I'm Srinidhi. In this session, let's discuss about percentages. Firstly, let's see the definition of percentage and some important conversions. Percentage. What is a percentage? Cent came from a Greek word centum, which means 100, and per means for every. So, percentage means per 100, and percentage is denoted by the symbol. So, if someone says X%, then it means X by 100. Now let's see how percentages can be categorized. Percentages can mainly be categorized into two types: simple conversions and relational percentages. Coming to relational percentages, there can be direct formula questions or conceptual formula questions. Conceptual formula questions are nothing but converting theory into formula. Again, in direct formula, there can be comparison between two things or percent change questions. While coming to conceptual formula, the concepts used in questions are based on limit, population, or expenditure. So, first let's deal with simple conversions. In these conversions, what kind of conversions are involved in this? Percentage to decimal or fraction to percentage. Let this be case 1 and this be case 2. For 1, that is to convert decimal or fraction to percentage, multiply by 100. And for case 2, that is converting percentage into decimal or fraction, divide by 100. In case 1, questions will be of this form. In the first question, they've asked us to express 3.5 in terms of percentage. So, as it is a decimal, we must multiply with 100, which gives us 3.5 into 100. This is 350%. And the next one, given a ratio 5:4, this can be written as 5 by 4, nothing but a fraction. And they're asking us to express in percentage. So even this, if multiplied by 100, gives us percentage. 4 ones are 4 25s are 25 5s 125%. Let's see another question of same type. In this given, they're asking us to find percentage of numbers from 1 to 70 having squares that end in digit 1. So here in this question, what are they asking is squares of numbers, that is 1 square, 2 square, 3 square and so on. 1 square gives us 1, 2 square gives us 4 and 3 square gives us 9, 4 square gives us 16, 5 square gives us 25, 6 square gives us 36. Similarly, if we look from 1 to 10, after squaring the numbers, we are having end digit as 1, 4, 9, 6, 5. So in the question, they've asked us how many numbers like this ends with digit 1. If we take from 1 to 10, 1 square ends with 1 and 9 square ends with 1. So from 1 to 10, there are two numbers following that particular case. 1 to 70 can made into 7 sets. So, if one set have 2 members, then 7 sets will be having 14 numbers. So, out of 70 numbers, there are 14 numbers in favor to this condition. We've got the ratio. Now we must convert this into percentage. This can be done by multiplying with 100, 14 by 70 into 100. Which gives us 7 to 14 and 20%. So 20% of numbers from 1 to 70 are following this particular condition. Let's see case 2. Percentage to fraction. As I've said you before, to convert percentage to fraction, we must divide by 100. Here are few examples. 50%. So to convert this into fraction, we must divide this by 100. 50 by 100. 5 ones are 5 twos are, which gives us 1 by 2. Same in the case of 27. 27 must be divided by 100, which gives us 0.27. Or if you want to keep it as fraction, you can just say 27 by 100. There are few more percent fraction equivalents which will save our time. 100% is equals to 100 by 100, which gives us 1. 50%, which is 1 by 2. 10%, which is 10 by 100, 1 by 10. So 1% will be 1 by 100. These four makes our problem much easier. Now let's see how this percent fraction equivalents make our work easy. X% of y is given by x by 100 into y. Suppose they ask us 45% of 280, which is 45 by 100 into 280, and this must be done by 4.2 into 28, which gives us the answer. There's another method of doing this. 100% of this number will be 280 itself, and they're asking us 45%. To find this 45%, we can write this as 40% plus 5%. As we know 100%, it is easy to find 10%. 10% will be just keeping a dot before the last digit. That is 28. So 40% is given by 28 into 4 plus the remaining 5%. So as we know 10%, 5% will be half of this. That is 14 plus 14. 112 plus 14 gives us 126. Those who are not fast at doing decimal multiplication can follow this. And it is categorized into two types, namely more or less and what percentage of. Let's discuss both the cases. Formulae required for case 1 are given to numbers a, b. Then they will be asking a is what percent more than b, or b is what percent less than a. So the formula for this is, they are saying a is what percent more than b. So what is being compared is to be taken in the denominator. And a is what percent more than b is given by the formula a minus b into 100. In the same way, b is what percent less than a is given by a minus b into 100. If a is r percent more than b, then how much percent is b less than a? This is given by the formula r by 100 plus r into 100%. Similarly, if a is r percent less than b, then b is more than a by r by 100 minus r into 100. Let's look at problems related to this concept. By how much percent is 4/5 of 70 lesser than 5/7 of 112? Let's assume 4/5 of 70 as a unit, that is a, and 5/7 of 112 as b. So what is 4/5 of 70? A is equals to 4 by 5 into 70. And 5 ones are, 5 14s are. 14 into 4 gives 56. And b is equals to 5/7 of 112. That is 5 by 7 into 112. 7 ones are, 7 16s are. And 16 into 5 gives us 80. So we got both a and b values. So we can substitute in the formula discussed earlier. Here it is being compared with b. So the denominator must be b and numerator will be a minus b into 100%. Let's substitute. This gives 56 minus 80 by 80 into 100. 56 minus 80 will be minus 24, and this minus sign indicates that A is lesser than B. So let's neglect the minus sign and write 24 by 80 into 100%. 8 ones are, 8 threes are. So 3 into 10 is 30%. So A is lesser than B by 30%. Let's see another problem. In this question, given x is 10% less than another number y and y is 10% more than 125. They're asking us the x value. So here in this question we got two relations, that is x relating with y and y relating with 125. In the first condition we have both x and y unknown. But here we already know a value 125 and it's linked with y. So first we must find the y value and then the x value. Given y is 10% more than 125. So this is represented by the formula y minus 125 by, it's being compared with 125, more than 125. So divided by 125 into 100 is equals to, given the percentage as 10. So from this we can get y value. Y minus 125 is equals to, taking this to this side, 10 into 125 by 100. 125 by 10 gives 12.5. So y is equals to 125 plus 12.5, which is 137.5. This is one side of a problem. As we know y, we can easily find x. So what is the relation given? X is 10% less than another number y. X is 10% less. So it's y minus x by y, as it is being compared with y, into 100 is equals to 10. Substitute the y value in this. We get 137.5 minus x by 137.5 into 100 is equals to 10. 137.5 minus x is equals to 137.5 by 10, which gives x value as 123.75. Now let's see case 2 kind of problems. What percentage of? In this case, questions are generally asked in this way. A is what percentage of B, or what percentage of B is A. Here these three statements indicate the same thing. The formula for solving this type of things is given by A is by of into 100. That is, the value after of is taken in the denominator. In this particular case, it is B. So the remaining thing comes in the numerator. A by B into 100 is the required formula. The thing we must remember while solving this type of problems is A, B must have same units. The formula to solve this kind of problems is, the first formula is x% of y, which is given by x by 100 into y. And x percentage of y can also be written as y percentage of x, as y percentage of x is given by y by 100 into x, which is equivalent to x percentage of y. And x percentage of y percentage of k is given by xy by 100 percentage of k. Let's see a problem related to this. In this question, they asked us to find the value of 860% of 50 plus 50% of 860. Let's take this as A and this one as B. So 860% of 50 is given by 860 by 100 into 50, and 50% of 860 is given by 50 by 100 into 860. As we know, x percentage of y, let's consider 860% as x and 50 as y. So x percentage of y and y percentage of x are equal. So from this we can write 2 into 50% of 860. As we know, 50% can be written as 1 by 2. So 2 into 1 by 2 into 860. So which gives us 860. And this type of problems are divided into two cases, value to percentage and percentage to percentage. In the first case, they will be giving us a value, some value x, and they'll give us that it is increased or decreased, or if its price it is saved or it is discounted, and its new price is x1. And in this case, they'll ask us to find the percentage change, which can be given by the change in values by the original value into 100. That is x1 minus x by x, as x is the initial value, into 100. This gives us the percentage change. And problems related to percentage is given as they'll be giving us some unknown value, and they will say us it is being increased and then decreased or increased again by so and so percent. And now what is the percentage change? Suppose it is increased by a percent and then decreased by b percent. And now what is the net change? So now let's see how to solve both the cases. Here is a question related to value to percentage. In this question, it is given that a housewife saved rupees 250 in buying an item on sale, and given that she spent 25 rupees, so they're asking us how much she saved. First, let's find the original price. Original price is equals to she has spent 25 and saved 2.5. So 25 plus 2.5 gives us the original price. This is 27.5. Percentage saved is given by net change in price, that is 27.5 minus 25 by the original price, which is 27.5 into 100. So 27.5 minus 25 gives 2.5 by 27.5 into 100. 25 ones are 25 11s are. This is equal to 100 by 11%. This gives us approximately 9 point something. So we can consider this as 9, as they have asked us approximate value. Now let's see case 2 kind of problems, that is percentage to percentage. This is also known as successive percentage changes. The only formula required to solve this kind of problems is if they give us a value is increased by a percent and b percent, then what is the overall increase, which is given by the formula a plus b plus ab by 100%. In this case, they've said that it is increased by a percent and again increased by b percent. What if it is increased by a percent and decreased by b percent, or increased by b percent and decreased by a percent? So when they say as the value is being increased, a will be positive. If they say the value is being decreased, then a will be negative. By substituting with sign conversions, we get to know the overall value is either increased or decreased. Remember, negative sign indicates decrease and positive sign indicates increase. Let's see a problem related to this. Here is a question which says the price of a book is first decreased by 25% and then increased by 20%. They're asking us the net change. So we got the first thing, A. Given that A is 25% and they've said it is decreased by 25%. So as I have said earlier, decrement is represented by negative sign and B is 20%. And given it is increased, so this gets positive sign. So what is the net change? This can be given by the formula A plus B plus AB by 100%. So minus 25 plus 20 plus minus 25 into plus 20 by 100. This is the net percentage. Minus 25 plus 20 is minus 5. Minus 5 minus 25 into 20 gives 500. 500 by 100%. 100 ones are and 100 fives are. So minus 5 and minus 5 gives minus 10. Net change is minus 10%. This says that the price of book is decreased by 10%. The fourth type of problems in percentages are based on limit. These are conceptual versions of type 2 and 3. So the concepts used are examination and elections. Why did I call this as limit? I call this because in examination we have two choices, either to pass or fail. Same in elections, we have winning and losing. Let's see problems related to both. This problem is related to examination. In the question here, it is given that a student has to obtain 33% of total marks to pass. So it means that to pass, he must get 33% of total marks. Given that he got 125 marks, but still failed by 40 marks. Let's assume total marks as X. Given pass marks is equals to 33% of X. And given he got 125 marks. Though he got 125, he failed by 40 marks. That is, if he get 40 more marks, his marks will be equal to pass marks. So, 165 is equals to 33% of X. And they've asked us to find the total marks, that is X. 165 is equals to 33%, that is 33 by 100 into X. X is given by 165 into 100 by 33. This can be done by 3 11s are, 3 55s are, and 11 1s are, 11 5s are. So 5 into 100 gives us 500. So total marks are 500 marks. Let's go with another example related to this topic. In this question, it is given that A scored 30% marks but failed by 15 marks, and B scored 40% marks and got 35 marks more than pass marks. They asked us the pass percentage. Let total marks be X. And given A scored 30% marks and failed by 15 marks. Let the pass marks be P. So if we consider case A got 30% of total marks and 15 less than pass marks. That is, A's marks plus 15 gives us pass mark. Let this be equation 1. And if we see case B got 40% marks and 35 more. That is, 40% of X minus 35 gives us pass marks. Let this be equation 2. As both the equations are giving p value, let's equate both, which gives 40% X minus 35 is equals to 30% X plus 15. Let's shift this side and minus 35 this side. So this is plus. If it comes here, it becomes 40% X minus 30% X is equals to 35 plus 15. So 10% of X is equals to 50. So from this we can get X value, but they've asked us to find pass marks. So substitute this value in any of the both equations and find the value of P. Let's substitute in the first one. 30% X plus 15 is equals to P. Here we know 10% X is equals to 50. Then 30% is given by this one into 3, which is 150. 150 plus 15 gives us pass marks. 165 is equals to P. So 165 is the pass mark for that exam. Now let's see problems on elections. Here we go with the first question. In this, it is given that a candidate who gets 84% votes is elected by a majority of 476 votes. Then what are total number of votes? Let's assume total votes is equals to X. And by the question, we can know that there are two candidates participating. Let them be A and B. Suppose A wins, and given that A got 84% of votes, then B will be getting 16% of votes, which on combining gives us total votes, that is 100% of votes. But given A won by majority of 476 votes, so A got 476 votes more than B. This can be represented as 84% of X minus 16% of X is equals to 476. A got 476 votes more than B. And 84 minus 16 is 68. So 68% of X is 476. X is equals to 476 into 100 by 68. So this gives us 700. The fifth type of problems related to percentage is population. In this, questions will be asked of percentage change and rate. So percentage change in population. This will be happening mainly due to migration from one place to other. It might be from present place to some other or some other place to here. And rate deals with changes in population with a constant rate or varying rate. Coming to this question, given population of a town increased from 1,75,000 to 2,62,500 in a decade, the average percent increase of population per year. So let X be initial population, that is 1,75,000, and Y be present population 2,62,500. Read the question carefully. It is given that it is increased in 10 years of span, and they're asking us to find the population change per year. So let's find normal percentage change, which is given by y minus x by initial value, that is x, into 100. This is 2,62,500 minus 1,75,000 by 1,75,000 into 100. This is 87,500 by 1750. So we have got that 50% is increased. So this is 50% in 10 years. Then in 1 year, how much did it increase? This is given by crisscross method, that is 1 into 50 by 10, which is 5%. This means that there is an increase of 5% every year. Now let's see how to solve rate related problems. Rate problems can be solved by this particular formula. Let's look over it. Let P be population of town, and if it is increased at a rate of R% per annum, then population after n years is given by P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power n. And in the same way, if they ask us to find n years ago what is the population, then it is given by P by 1 plus R by 100 whole power n. These formulas are for constant increase in the population. But how to solve if there is no constant increase? That is, if population be x now and the next year it increases by 3% and then it increases by 5% and then it increases by some 2.5%. If they give this kind of things, how to solve the problem? Let's know it with an example. In this, given 2 years ago, population is 62,500 and they've got migrated to big cities, so it decreased every year at a constant rate of 4%. So they're asking us the present population. Let's take P is equals to 62,500 and it is decreased at a constant rate of 4%. So whenever they give us population 2 years ago or 2 years after, and if they ask us to find the present, let's take P as the original value now and let's find it after 2 years. This will be done by formula given before. So present population is equals to 62,500 into 1 minus 4 by 100 whole square. As I mentioned before, the formula is P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power n, where n is number of years and R is constant rate and P is the population. So as rate is decreasing, I took it as negative. On solving this, 4 ones are 425s are, which is equal to 62500 into 24 by 25 whole square, which can be written as 24 by 25 into 24 by 25. This gives us 57,600. As I said before, what if they give varying rates? Let population be P and it is increasing at a rate of 3%, 2% and 1% in the 3 consecutive years. What is population after 3 years? This is given by the same formula but a bit changed. The original formula is P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power n. In this case, we take individual rates. So P into 1 plus rate 1 is 3 by 100, it's 1 year, into 2 by 100 the next year, into 1 plus 1 by 100 the next year. This gives us population after 3 years. The fifth type of problems related to percentage is population. In this, questions will be asked of percentage change and rate. So, percentage change in population. This will be happening mainly due to migration from one place to other. It might be from present place to some other or some other place to here. And rate deals with changes in population with a constant rate or varying rate. Coming to this question, given population of a town increased from 1,75,000 to 2,62,500 in a decade, the average percent increase of population per year. So let X be initial population, that is 1,75,000, and Y be present population 2,62,500. Read the question carefully. It is given that it is increased in 10 years of span and they're asking us to find the population change per year. So let's find normal percentage change, which is given by y minus x by initial value, that is x, into 100. This is 2,62,500 minus 1,75,000 by 1,75,000 into 100. This is 87,500 by 1750. So we have got that 50% is increased. So this is 50% in 10 years. Then in 1 year, how much did it increase? This is given by crisscross method, that is 1 into 50 by 10, which is 5%. This means that there is an increase of 5% every year. Now let's see how to solve rate related problems. Rate problems can be solved by this particular formula. Let's look over it. Let P be population of town, and if it is increased at a rate of R% per annum, then population after n years is given by P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power n. And in the same way, if they ask us to find n years ago what is the population, then it is given by P by 1 plus R by 100 whole power n. These formulas are for constant increase in the population. But how to solve if there is no constant increase? That is, if population be x now and the next year it increases by 3% and then it increases by 5% and then it increases by some 2.5%. If they give this kind of things, how to solve the problem? Let's know it with an example. In this, given 2 years ago, population is 62,500 and they've got migrated to big cities, so it decreased every year at a constant rate of 4%. So they're asking us the present population. Let's take P is equals to 62,500 and it is decreased at a constant rate of 4%. So whenever they give us population 2 years ago or 2 years after, and if they ask us to find the present, let's take P as the original value now and let's find it after 2 years. This will be done by formula given before. So present population is equals to 62,500 into 1 minus 4 by 100 whole square. As I've mentioned before, the formula is P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power n, where n is number of years and R is constant rate and P is the population. So as rate is decreasing, I took it as negative. On solving this, 4 ones are 425s are, which is equal to 62500 into 24 by 25 whole square, which can be written as 24 by 25 into 24 by 25. This gives us 57,600. As I said before, what if they give varying rates? Let population be P and it is increasing at a rate of 3%, 2% and 1% in the 3 consecutive years. What is population after 3 years? This is given by the same formula but a bit changed. The original formula is P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power n. In this case, we take individual rates. So P into 1 plus rate 1 is 3 by 100, it's 1 year, into 2 by 100 the next year, into 1 plus 1 by 100 the next year. This gives us population after 3 years. With this, we have finished type 5 questions.